Let's talk about stress. Stress gets a bad reputation. We are constantly bombarded with advertisements and messages telling us that we should adopt XYZ product or practice in order to reduce stress because it's a killer. Here's the truth about stress. Stress is what makes you get up to get a drink of water when you're thirsty. It's also the force that has us screaming a panicked help at the top of our lungs if we're in an emergency. Stress is neither good nor bad, as it's the very force that ensures our survival. What we must consider is how much of it we have, how consistently, and how little is required to trigger a disproportionate stress response from us. Chronic stress at elevated levels is associated with health issues, both mental and physical, and costs our bodies precious resources that would otherwise be allocated to repairing and regenerating in order to achieve the excellent health you were born to enjoy. Our state and stress levels exist on a continuum. One end is sleep. The other end is absolute emergency that requires no thinking and everything we have to survive at all costs. Usually, we live somewhere in the middle. Many of us live closer to the emergency end of the spectrum. Emergencies hijack and disrupt our system in order to survive. This response is useful in an emergency, and I certainly want my body to do what it does to improve my chances of survival in an emergency. In day-to-day life, however, our brains often conjure up reasons to be more stressed than we need to be, and we live in an elevated state of stress that more quickly depletes our energy and resources. This is why you'll often find that chronically stressed people report feeling exhausted, and you'll often find that they experience some other ailment. If we're focused on survival, we won't be able to thrive. What does the breath have to do with any of this? We already know that the way we breathe can trigger a more relaxed or a more stressed state. In emergencies, our bodies breathe fast and hard through our mouths. Our bodies associate this breathing pattern with stress. We can flip the switch on our stress response by taking back our breathing pattern and breathing low, wide, slowly, and through our nose. This will tell our bodies that it's okay to relax. Additionally, one of the most effective ways to influence our baseline stress levels is to improve our tolerance to CO2, carbon dioxide. We've been taught that we inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. Well, that's true, but we inhale and exhale both. Typically, we inhale to extract the oxygen from the air, which we use for energy, and exhale to let off excess CO2. Our bodies measure the amount of CO2 in our blood to determine whether or not we need to breathe. The higher the levels of CO2 in our blood, the more our brains will give us the feeling of air hunger and that sensation that we need to breathe. If we have a very low tolerance to CO2, we'll be more stressed more often because our bodies struggle to breathe enough to feel more at ease about the CO2 levels that we have. By increasing the amount of CO2 that we can comfortably keep in our bodies, we'll be able to enjoy more relaxation, better performance, improved sleep, and an easier time dealing with the stressors of life. This is because we've become more resilient to one of the stressors that we face 20,000 times a day, CO2. Now, instead of your body worrying about needing to breathe all of the time, it's comfortable with your CO2 levels, and you can focus your energy and the attention that you need to experience the life that you want and participate in it in a joyful way. Improving your CO2 tolerance will be one of the major ways that we can help you feel better overall, sleep better, perform better in and out of the gym, and have an easier time enjoying life.